Sevyn cut through the cold, haunted water, drawn by the hypnotic thud, beckoning him onward. Power simmered beneath his skin, yearning to break free if only he could reach the source. The chill gnawed, but his will blazed, keeping the dark at arm's length. He halted, feet sinking into the yielding sand. Closing his eyes, he called calm from the storm inside, banishing doubt and fear. Trusting the core of his strength, Sevyn opened his eyes and let shadow sight blaze, a burst of garnet fire splitting the gloom, unveiling a hidden undersea world thrumming with life. Shadow sight unveiled a realm of shimmering wonder. Bioluminescent plants swayed in emerald, sapphire and ruby, painting the sea floor in living color. Schools of radiant fish darted through coral cathedrals, while jellyfish glowed like drifting lanterns. At the heart of it all, an ornate marble chest, sealed with a pulsing glyph, nestled between giant anemones and flanked by twin stone serpents whose eyes never blinked. Something luminous beckoned within. Excitement surged. Sevyn felt the prize call to him as the ancient drums still thudded, drawing him ever closer. Getting to the chest was a fever dream. Dangers lurked in every current. Sevyn blinked into place with a pulse of power, but the chest was pinned by a crushing weight, as if the whole sea guarded its secret. Gritting his teeth, he seized the marble lid, straining upward toward the distant promise of the surface. But one last trial awaited. His own tortured shadow, rising from the gloom like a spectre, snatched the chest with uncanny speed. The battle that followed was a feverish tug-of-war, Sevyn wrestling his darker self, their strength and will locked in endless struggle. Every lunge, every desperate clutch left him a heartbeat behind, the chest slipping away again and again. The tension was raw, the struggle seemingly eternal, a war waged in the deep between hope and self-doubt. Realizing the shadow mirrored every move, Sevyn let go, stilling his mind, surrendering to instinct. Guided by a deeper current, he struck with sudden grace and speed. His shadow faltered, unable to keep pace, and melted into the dark, a phantom finally outmaneuvered. Clutching the marble chest, Sevyn surged toward the surface, triumph burning in his veins. He burst upward, hovering above a dreamscape. The garnet sea shimmered below, liquid rubies swirling in an endless ballet. Obsidian sands framed the shore, catching the eerie brilliance of a sky ablaze with eclipse. Light danced on the water and across his face, igniting a wild longing for what lay beyond. On the shore, Garnet Warriors stood sentinel, an unbroken circle of legacy and strength. Wonder threatened to sweep Sevyn away, but suddenly reality tore him downward. He plunged back into the depths, the chest tumbling from his grip into the abyss. Panic crashed in. He would not lose this prize. Desperate, he resurfaced, clinging to the chest, and teleported to the beach in the nick of time. The treasure pressed to his heart as he rejoined his brothers. "What did I tell you? I knew he'd find it. I knew he would be able to overcome his torment," Ruabaki exclaimed, his gleeful excitement bubbling forth like a cascade of triumph. The box, a fabled artifact cloaked in layers of mystery and power, was more than mere treasure. It was the key to unlocking the depths of Sevyn's destiny, a harbinger of his path. "Yeah, you were right. I can see why you admire Sevyn Wayne," Shabaka admitted, his eyes a swirling mix of relief and skepticism. The camaraderie of the Garnet Warriors surged through the air, a palpable force binding them together, ready to face whatever shadows dared to loom on their horizon. In their unity, they discovered a shared purpose, igniting a fire within their hearts. This bond made them feel invincible in the face of any challenge. Sevyn Wayne placed the chest atop the marble boulder, let its secrets loose, Ruabaki intoned, awe crackling in every word. The ritual would unlock not just the chest, but Sevyn's deepest potential. The warriors joined arms, voices rising in a chant that braided thunder and hope through the air. Revelation gathered like a storm, suspense thickening with every breath, a symphony of fate poised to break over them all. At destiny's crossroads, Sevyn stood on the knife edge of the extraordinary, ready to unlock a future knotted with peril, power, and the inexorable call of legend. As Sevyn cracked open the enigmatic chest, a spear of lightning split the heavens, shattering the box into a storm of energy. Every eye fixed on Sevyn as he rose, suspended in mid-air, a living sigil of power and mystery. Energy geysered from his frame, lightning arcing from crown to soul, colliding with sea and cloud in a spectacle that stole the breath from the world. Then he crashed limp into the water, sinking like a fallen star. All seemed lost until the Garnet Sea exploded with a final bolt, a defibrillator of the gods, jolting Sevyn back to life. He rose, armored in black, reborn in the crucible of storm and myth. Sevyn's eyes blazed, twin garnets mirroring the radiant cloak that billowed behind him. The Garnet Sea churned with otherworldly red, its surface alive with stormlight. Beneath his hood, a black silk balaclava hugged his skin, crowned by a breathing device glowing faintly. Technology and magic fused, letting him breathe from the ocean's abyss to mountain peaks. At his brow, a gold triangular talisman shimmered, runes etched in its face, psychic armor against mind's invasion. His suit was a masterpiece, metal fibers flexed with his every move, glyphs stitched power into his muscles, hidden compartments promised weapons for every enemy. Every detail was a prophecy, armor crafted for legend, ready to face the world's next storm. "Well done, Sevyn Wayne. The purification ritual is complete," Ruabaki's voice thundered, a triumphant bell tolling through the enchanted air. Applause rang out, rebounding off unseen crystal domes in the mystic Garnet Realm. The air was heavy, with the perfume of impossible flowers, jasmine, midnight roses, blossoms that shimmered in colors not found on earth. The ground pulsed beneath Sevyn's feet, warm and vibrant, as if the land itself welcomed him home. "What ritual? Where am I? How did I get here? Who are you?" Sevyn's voice reverberated with profound confusion as he descended to the surface. "I am Ruabaki, the first Garnet Warrior. You now stand in the Garnet Realm, a paradise woven from ancient power, riddled with secrets older than sorrow. Here, legend and memory grow side by side." Ruabaki's words shimmered, deepening the air of mystery as he stepped forward, his cloak swirling with starlight. "Seeing everyone wearing garnet cloaks, I presumed you all were Garnet Warriors." "What ritual are you talking about?" Sevyn asked Ruabaki. "The purification ritual is an ordeal as old as shadow," Ruabaki intoned. "To complete it, you must face and conquer your own darkness, a living entity spun from every regret, fear, and failure that's ever haunted your soul. We call it torment. The elders forbade the ritual, for its dangers are vast and its rewards hard-won. The risk of losing yourself is nearly as great as the prize of finding freedom." Sevyn looked down, his eyes wide with wonder. His new battlesuit shimmered, garnet and gold threads glowing with hidden power. Each stitch seemed to hum with ancient magic. The gloves, marked with shifting runes, pulsed in the light, and the boots fit his feet like living armor. He flexed his hands, feeling the suit's strength flow through him, every movement stronger than before. "So, for wrestling my own darkness, I get to wear a legendary supersuit?" Sevyn asked, his voice caught between awe and disbelief. "It's more than just a suit. The ritual heals your body and cleanses your soul. It burns away old pain and lifts burdens you thought you'd always carry. When suffering comes, you rise again, clear, free, and more yourself than ever. That's the real reward. You've seen your own strength, faced your deepest fears, and found your purpose. Maybe more than ever before." Ruabaki's voice was full of pride and a deep, timeless weight. The light grew brighter, matching the sense of a new beginning Sevyn felt inside. "I guess you could say that. I feel a new calm inside. My son is still always on my mind, but I don't have the same negative feelings I used to," Sevyn said. "That's because you defeated your greatest enemy. Everything begins with your own inner struggle, and only you can fight that battle. It seems the purification ritual worked, Ruabaki said. I was, but I wish someone had warned me first, Sevyn said, glancing around in awe. So this is the paradise the Garnet Warrior mentioned before I chose to take on his duties? Ruabaki laughed, his eyes shining with mischief. That's right. This is the sanctuary of the Garnet Warriors, paradise, training ground, and memory palace all together. You should thank Honey Fate. She summoned us for you from the human world, using rituals most people have forgotten. Her power unlocks much more than you realize. The name Honey seemed to carry a sense of mystery, her importance hanging in the air. Sevyn raised an eyebrow, his curiosity growing. And how do you know about Honey and her legendary powers? Ruabaki's gaze drifted to some unseen horizon. I know much of her bloodline. Let's just say her threads are tangled with ours, cut from the same tapestry of fate. His cryptic words shimmered in the air, weaving a web of intrigue that tugged at Sevyn's imagination. Am I supposed to decipher that riddle? Cut from the same cloth? Is this some fabric reference? Sevyn asked, incredulity clear in his voice. In time, young warrior, the pieces will fall into place, Ruabaki assured him, a glimmer of mischief in his eyes. Sevyn wasn't done, his curiosity now fueled by the riddles surrounding him.